Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Pods and Petals today. I'm Jen, and we are going to take a look at our new Winstrip trays that we purchased from Neversink Farms. We're also going to sow some Brassicas in the trays and get those started for spring planting. So first I want to show you our new Winstrip trays. These are, I'll push you back a little bit, seed starting trays. Really good quality. I'm very impressed with these. They have these slits in the side that air prune the roots. So this is supposed to keep your plants from being root bound. Normally we use just kind of your standard 6-pack tray that you would see in a nursery store. When you buy store-bought plants, that's what we've been starting our seeds in. So this was an investment for us this year. They're pretty pricey, so I'm happy to see that they're such good quality. I feel like these are going to last a really long time. We got a couple different sizes. This size here is a 72, so there's 72 spots here. And this is the same if you were to use a tray of those 6-packs. So same size, same amount of cells. And then we also got a few of these 128s, so they're a little bit smaller. So we're going to use these things for maybe some of our eucalyptus and smaller flowers that take a really long time to grow. So there's 128 in here. As you can see, much smaller size holes there. And then there are these 50 count. They're 50 spots, a little bit bigger. So we're going to use these today. We're actually going to start Brassicas in these, which is we're going to start cabbage and broccoli today for spring planting in these 50 size. That'll give them a little bit more room to spread out and grow. So I'm going to flip you guys around, and we are going to get started filling up our tray and get this going. Okay, so we have our pre-moistened potting mix here. I'm going to go ahead and fill up this 50 tray. So I'm just going to start. I've got my gloves on and just start filling that up there. Okay, so I have one layer of dirt. I filled in all the squares. So now what I need to do is I need to kind of compress this down a little bit so I can get more dirt in there. Because it's real, I mean, it's fluffy in there. They're not full exactly. So I saw this hack on another video. I'm gonna try it, is just putting another one of the same size right on top of it and using it to kind of smash down that loose soil a little bit. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this because I don't want it too compact. I want it loose enough to where the roots can get in there and get established. So that left me, gosh, another ½ an inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill the rest of this in. Actually, I'm going to take this out. Take this out of that tray. The nice thing about these Winstrip trays, they are 10 by 20, so they do fit nicely in the watering trays that we already have. So we didn't have to purchase those again, which I was happy about. those nice and full. As you can see, the dirt's just falling through those empty spots, because there's nothing underneath it to hold it in at all. I might pack that down again and do another round of that and fill that up another time. Try this again. Pack that down a little bit. Sorry, I'm pushing on the table, so it's probably making the camera move. Yeah, I like that. I'm just gonna top this off just a little bit. Not much, just so that they're full. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So we have, that was pretty easy actually. We have a full 50 count Winstrip tray. And now we can go ahead and start our seeds in there. Okay, so we've got our tray full. I am gonna say that filling this tray was much easier than filling the 6-packs, actually. So I'm pleased so far, definitely. So we're going to start our cabbages and broccolis. I'll go ahead and start cabbage first. We have 2 varieties. We have the early Jersey Wakefield from Baker Creek, as well as the Mammoth Red Rock. So we're gonna start both of those. So our seed depth doesn't need to be too deep on these, about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to just use a very fancy tool, the end of my Sharpie, and get these started. So I'll start, this red rock is already open. We've planted this before. So I'll start with that one. The seeds are pretty small, as you can see. So I'm just gonna pop a little hole, dibble, if you will, a little hole in each one of these. I'm gonna drop 2 seeds in each hole, just in case one doesn't come up. We won't have a wasted cell. And then if both come up, I can just pull one out or separate them later if I need to. That's not a big deal. Okay, I might do another row of the red rock here. Okay, so that is it for the red rock. I'm gonna take a piece of masking tape here and just label it so I know what's there. Cabbage. I'm just going to put that right on the side of the strip tray here. So I got 4 rows of red rock cabbage, and then I'm just going to come back in here and cover these up. Now this soil is pre-moistened. I did wet this down, which I prefer to do before filling any of the trays. It makes it easier. And then I can just add a little water to the bottom of the tray and mist the top, and it's good to go. So I'm not starting with completely dry soil. It's already a little moist. It does need a little water, but not much. Okay, so next I'm going to start our early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. So I'm going to do another 4 rows of that. Again, it doesn't need to be very deep. The seeds are small, so I don't know if you can hear, these dogs are antsy, they have cabin fever, and they're driving me crazy. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I love them to death, but they need to, I don't know, find something to do. Okay. Just back and forth to every window, every car that drives by. They're used to getting walks every day. But it's snowy and cold now, so they're gonna have to wait till it warms up just a little bit. Okay, so those are done. That was our early Jersey Wakefield. Early Jersey Wakefield. That right on the outside of the tray. Cover these up real quick. Okay, I have 2 rows left. I think for these last 2 rows I'm gonna do so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each row. I'm going to do 5 of each of our broccolis. So we have the Waltham 29 and the Calabrese green sprouting. So I'm going to do just a row of each broccoli in there. The broccoli, we don't take the broccoli to market. It's for us to eat, so we don't do a whole lot of it. Broccoli takes up quite a bit of space. And it gets kind of hard to manage once it gets hotter, so it can be a little tricky. So we don't grow it to sell. We just grow it to eat for ourselves, and then if it gets away from us and starts bolting, it's not the end of the world, because it was just for us to eat anyway. All right, still putting 2 in every hole. Alright, I'm gonna fill those in. Just get them labeled. We have the Waltham 29. And the Calabrese sprouting. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a splash of water in the bottom. I want to keep this nice and moist. I'm also going to take my mister and just mist the top. Just mist the top of the tray so it's nice and moist. I don't want it, saturated or sitting in any standing water by any means. But yeah, then we're gonna put our humidity dome on these and put them on the heat mat until we start seeing some germination. Once we see that our seeds are sprouting, we'll take them off the heat mat and we'll put them under the grow lights. And then these will be ready to go out. I'm going to try them early this year, maybe with some cover. I know they can handle a little frost, so I might play around and see how much I can get away with there. So maybe planting these maybe March. We'll see. We'll see how brave I get. So, but yeah, we're all set. And I'll grab you guys here. Thanks as always for hanging out with us today, and we'll take you along with us as we're getting ready to grow our crops for this year. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next one.